What is up, everyone? Go Birds, baby. Welcome to the FAA podcast. Super Bowl 59 over and done with. Football is not done, though. Got a couple weeks. I think they said 7 on the promo. UFL's coming. Don't worry. We got more football. Yeah. Anyways, let's talk Super Bowl. And then we'll talk the little news that there was over the weekend. And then we'll get out of this, John. Eagles 40-22 over the Chiefs, capping a miraculous season from Saquon Barkley, the best rushing season in NFL history, past Terrell Davis's mark early in the second quarter. Didn't pass it by much. He only ran for 57 yards. Chiefs keying on him all night, 2.3 yards per carry. It was tough sledding for Saquon. I think he had one run probably of more than 4 yards all night. He broke like a 9-yard run at the one time. But pretty good receiving night. A lot more involved than he usually was. 6 catches for 40 yards there. And, the sportsbooks made a lot of money because Saquon did not score. Saquon touchdown, anytime touchdown was, I think, the number one bet player prop across all sports books. So they made quite a bit of money. But yeah, complete domination. I mean, I hate that the Chiefs scored 2 late ones. It really kind of pissed me off, not just because I had the under, but it made the score look a lot better than it really was. Because this was, like I said, domination for 3.5 quarters. And then the Eagles kind of took the foot off the gas there in the fourth quarter. A lot of light coverages, and didn't matter at that point. But Eagles got up 34-0 start this game and never looked back. And again, I'm pissed because Quinyon Mitchell didn't do we didn't talk about him a lot because he was covering people. Like that's sometimes it's good not to talk about a guy. But Vic Fangio again. What the hell? Why did he not win assistant coach of the year? He was my pick for assistant coach of the year. Then he should have freaking won. Because what wins championships? Not offense. Defense wins championships. And where was Ben Johnson yesterday? I think he was in Chicago because the Lions were out of the playoffs 3 weeks ago. So, yeah. Just saying, Vic Fangio, masterful performance. And the Eagles aren't going anywhere. What's really cool about Fangio, 38 years it took him to, one, not only beat the Chiefs, he was 0-8 in his coaching career as a coordinator and a head coach against the Chiefs. But to win a Super Bowl, he had never won a Super Bowl, was in the Super Bowl with I don't remember. The Rams. I think he was with the Rams when they lost to Tom Brady and the Patriots. Super Bowl 53.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, even then he did a master. I mean, held Tom Brady to 13 points and they couldn't win the game.
Such a boring Super Bowl.
If that was him, I know he was with the Rams at some point. I don't remember if he was with them then or not. No, he was not. He was the I don't know. Oh, he was with the 49ers when they lost to the Ravens. 2011 to 2014. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he was my X factor. And worked out pretty well, I think, for the Eagles. Just ridiculous production from the bye week on. And this kind of looked like the Tampa Bay Super Bowl, really, for the Chiefs. They just couldn't protect Mahomes at all. And where Mahomes was able to hurt Philly in Super Bowl 57 on the ground, the D line made Mahomes run laterally instead of being able to run vertically like he did in Super Bowl 57. So yeah, it was incredible to watch, and Jalen Hurts put on a show. Not as much as he did in 57, but obviously he didn't have to throw as much in this game because of the efficiency of his throws and the hits that he was getting with his throws. Other than the interception, he was your MVP, and what do you know? There was someone on this show that picked Jalen Hurts as a Super Bowl MVP at preseason. But yeah, that was pretty special. Pretty special. I texted someone and I was like, it's not as special as the first one, but it still feels pretty good. So yeah.
One of these days I'll get one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Law of averages, right?
Has to once, right?
Hey man, at least your team's been to it.
4 times, yeah. Great.
Some other teams haven't even been. Patrick Mahomes, 65.6%, 257, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, 4 carries, 25 yards, and a fumble. And that was the thing. Once again, the Eagles' turnover margin. They ended the postseason with a plus 11 turnover margin. They hadn't turned it over all postseason. And Jalen Hurts, that was his first interception in 217 pass attempts. He hadn't gotten picked off since, I think, the Bucs game in week 6 or whatever it was, week 4. Yeah, it had been quite a while since Hurts got picked off. But yeah, Jalen, Super Bowl MVP, 77.3%, 221, 2 touchdowns, a pick, 11 carries, 72 yards, rushing touchdown. The deep accuracy was just ridiculous from Jalen Hurts. The touchdown to Devontae Smith was fantastic. Ball placement, and obviously you had A.J. Brown making a hell of a catch on the sideline. Awesome play call from Kellen Moore to get A.J. Brown on that crosser for the touchdown as well. And so the first birthday boy here, Saquon, like I said, led the non-quarterbacks in rushing, 25 carries, 57 yards, 6 catches on 7 targets for 40 yards. Chiefs couldn't run the ball. I mean, they really couldn't because of game script. Anyways, like they couldn't. And when they did try to run the ball early on in the game, it didn't work. Kareem Hunt, their leading rusher outside of Mahomes, 9 yards, 3 carries. Pacheco was nowhere to be found. But to be honest, Isaiah Pacheco really hadn't done anything in this postseason anyways. It was Kareem Hunt on the ground mostly. Xavier Worthy ended up having a ridiculous game because of the late dumpster fire touchdowns. Caught all 8 of his targets for 157 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cool. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown scoring. Hopkins scoring as well. Had a awesome drop early in the game. That would have been a conversion. And defensively, it's 2 guys. Josh Sweat, which had a very good case for winning the MVP as well. 6 tackles, 2 solos, 2.5 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits. And the other birthday boy, the rookie, Cooper DeJean, 3 tackles, all of them solos, pass defense, 38-yard pick 6. First player ever to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl on his birthday, and first career interception as well for Cooper DeJean. What a time to have it. And he told Scott Van Pelt, SVP asked him when he knew he was going to score, and Coop said, "When I touched it." I was like, all right, I like it. I like the kid. 40th overall pick, by the way. 40th overall selection. Howie Roseman, baby. Howie Roseman.
Howie does it again.
Right. And this team's not going anywhere. They are locked and loaded. They don't have many key free agents. Zach Bond, Josh Sweat are the big 2. Offensively, they're stacked. They have everyone back. Lane Johnson's coming back, he said already. Mekhi Becton would be the biggest offensive free agent probably, because he was only on a 1-year deal. So we'll see if they can afford to bring him back, because he made himself quite a bit of money this year playing guard. So yeah, the Eagles are favored. The Super Bowl 60 odds came out already, and Eagles are the favorites over the Chiefs.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we'll see. It didn't go very well last time they defended their Super Bowl championship. I don't even think they made the playoffs, Super Bowl 53 year. No, they didn't make the playoffs, because I remember that was when Jalen Hurts got his start, I believe. Or maybe that was a couple years after. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure they didn't make the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, it was an enjoyable game for much of America. And Friday's Super Bowl parade, I will not be there. I wanted to go, but why in the world they decided to put this Super Bowl parade on Valentine's Day, I have no clue.
City of brotherly love, man.
There was a lot of loving going on last night. I saw some videos of the city.
Yeah, 9 months from now, we're gonna get a Super Bowl baby boom in Philly.
Well, not that. I was talking about the crazies in Philly that I don't know. I don't know why they do what they do. Whenever they win, but I hope the city's okay, because the taxpayers are going to have to pay for quite a lot of light poles that were taken out of the ground. Any thoughts from you, Jimmy? Super Bowl.
I think I hit on my X factors. I think I said before the game the X factor was the trenches, and I mean we saw it. I mean the Eagles' trenches were great. They got to the quarterback 6, 7 times without blitzing once.
Yep, 6.
And their offensive line they protected Hurts. I mean Karlaftis did nothing. Chris Jones, I mean, he was injured. It was pretty obvious throughout most of the game, but Chris Jones didn't really do anything. The trenches matter, man, and it was the X factor today. Way to go, Juergens. He played really well against Chris Jones. So,
Yeah, he allowed that sack to Nick Bolton,
Nah.
Which I was not a fan of. I was like, bro, like literally you and Landon Dickerson. No one blocked the guy coming right up the middle of the field.
Yeah, he was doubling up Chris Jones on the left side with the left guard. So Bolton got left alone. I mean, it was a blitz. So, and they had some exotic packages, and Jurgensen's decided to double up with getting Jones, but still, other than that, I mean, they dominated.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, excellent Super Bowl. Another one in the books. The Eagles covered. They won outright plus 1.5 over 48.5, 62 points because of 2 BS late touchdowns. And I, by the way, hit on a couple things. Eagles to win the Super Bowl on a bonus bet, $8 bonus bet that I placed June 10th. Hit that one plus 1,700 odds, which was great. Not going to get anywhere near those odds anymore, unfortunately, but that's why it's called good value there. All right, college football news. Notre Dame hiring Penn State co-offense coordinator, running backs coach Jawan Sider as the running backs coach. So pretty big loss for Penn State. He got Katron Allen, Nicholas Singleton to up over 2,400 yards combined this year. Excellent running season for the Nittany Lions. So pretty big loss for James Franklin's staff, but regroup there. And obviously those two guys are back for Penn State coming up in 25. UFL news, couple wide receivers getting re-signed. The Birmingham Stallions re-signing wide receiver Deion Kane, the MVP of their first their USFL championship 2 years ago. Had 3 touchdowns in that game. And back with Birmingham now. And then the Arlington Renegades, they re-signed wide receiver Lawan Winningham. So he's an integral part as well. I think he was the 3rd receiver last year. Should be probably around that area of the depth chart this year as well for Bob Stoops' squad. NFL news. We are in wait and see mode for Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. He mentioned that the Super Bowl potentially could have been his last game before the game, and haven't heard anything about it since. So we will see if Kelce is hanging him up or not. The Titans. How about the Titans making some news at the Super Bowl? They are potentially open to trading the number 1 overall selection. Which, I don't know. I just cannot fathom going into the season again with Will Levis, which I don't think they will. What I've heard is that Tennessee's going to try to get one of the veteran quarterbacks. But my issue with that route is, dude, like, Tennessee's not a veteran quarterback away. Like, they're just not. They don't have the roster.
No, this team is bad.
Right. It's not like the Rams. When the Rams traded for Matthew Stafford, like, they were ready. They had the roster to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But the Titans don't. Even if they go out of free agency and not trade, which there's going to be, we're going to talk about quarterbacks, running backs next Monday, free agent wise. But it's just like they're not an Aaron Rodgers away. They're not, whoever else, Sam Darnold, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins. They're not those kind of guys away.
What about Aaron Rodgers?
I did say Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, whoops. What about Ben Roethlisberger? Bring him back.
Yeah,
Tom Brady, he's in the booth. Bring him down.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I think they should just draft one of the two guys at the top. Shador makes more sense for Tennessee in my mind than Cam Ward. I don't know why. It just is a gut thing. And we got some other trade talk as well. The 49ers, they have given wide receiver Deebo Samuel permission to seek a trade. So I'm going to hate this so much. It happens every year, I feel like. It's like, all right, these big stars want trades, or the team allows them to seek a trade. And then it's like, so anticlimactic. But we know Cooper Kupp's getting traded. I do believe Deebo will get traded. Myles Garrett's a different story, but yeah, I don't know. Deebo's a weird one. I don't know what a team is going to pay for him, especially because he has a contract now as well. Again, just like the Cooper Kupp thing, which I don't know if you saw ESPN. Guess who ESPN said is going to be interested in Cooper Kupp?
Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
I
think there was someone that mentioned that on Friday when we
Perhaps.
talked about Cooper Kupp. Yeah.
Maybe. Could have been us, just saying.
We're better. We're better than ESPN.
Oracles, dude.
We're better than ESPN. What can I say?
We are literal oracles.
But yeah, I mean, the Steelers were in on the Brandon Ayuk trade talks last year as well. So I would imagine that they would be in the Deebo Samuel market also. I would think even more so if they're not planning on re-signing Najee Harris, which I don't think they will. Because of Deebo's versatility to play in the backfield as well as wide receiver, I think that would be very appealing to what Pittsburgh likes to do. And we kind of already alluded to this, but the Jets expecting to part ways with quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Probably wide receiver Devontae Adams as well. They have been kind of a package. So if A-Rod leaves, Tay wants to probably be out as well, I would think.
Back to Oakland. Vegas.
Yeah. Rappaport, I think, was the one that said he wants to be out west. So maybe the Jets and the 49ers do a deal. Swap Devontae for Deebo.
That'd be interesting.
I would think that the Jets would need a little bit more than or the Raiders or the 49ers would need a little bit more than just Devontae Adams.
Yeah, probably.
Because they're a couple years apart in age, and Deebo is more than just wide receiver. Coaching carousel, the Bills looking for a new special teams coordinator. They fired special teams coordinator Matthew Smiley. Not sure why. He smiled too much.
Too smiley. We need a frowny.
And the Cowboys, they hired former Bills offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey. Bills and Browns offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey. Not sure what the role is under new head coach Brian Schottenheimer, but sure. The man that got fired in Buffalo. And the last thing here, the Saints expected to hire Eagles offense coordinator Kellen Moore as their head coach. Yeah, I mean, that'll probably get finalized tomorrow or Wednesday, I would think.
Mm-hmm. Tough to say you didn't earn it.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it, obviously. I mean,
But hey, you went out with a championship. You can't ask for more.
It's going to be rough, man. 5 offensive coordinators last 5 years is ridiculous.
Yeah, for a young QB like her. I mean, he got to 2 Super Bowls, and so I don't think it will hurt the team too much. But yeah, I think you got to get a guy. I think it's got to be an internal hire, maybe a promotion, and you got to get a guy you can get under contract for 2 years and just keep. You just need someone to have multiple years with Jalen Hurts.
Well, I think that I don't know who the QB's coach is, but Minnesota's got a guy I would potentially interview.
Don't
Josh McCown.
Don't fucking
bring him back to Philly.
Back the fuck
bring him
off.
back to Philly.
Get the fuck off. Get the fuck away from me. Listen, you promote Christian Parker, your passing game coordinator, and you back the fuck up. Kevin Patulo, another passing game coordinator.
I think Josh McCown would potentially be a really solid hire for Nick Sirianni.
You back the fuck up.
He was literally the first one that came to mind in terms of QB's coach out there that I actually know. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Obviously, Jalen will have an input in that decision because he's earned that right. And I think they need to start talking about Sirianni's coaching tree. I mean, he's gotten multiple. He'll have 3 head coaches now in the league.
Something like that.
Yeah, he'll have 3 head coaches now in the league. I have no clue what's going on. Yeah.
It's going crazy.
Yeah. But anyways, 3 head coaches for Sirianni now. Once the Moore thing to New Orleans gets finalized, Shane Steichen in Indy, and Jonathan Gannon in Arizona. So yeah, Sirianni's building his own tree. Mm-hmm. And if Fangio wanted to be a head coach again, which he said he does not, I'm sure Fangio would have gotten interviews this cycle as well. Mm-hmm. That's one thing we can bank on. Vic Fangio is staying. He is not leaving Philadelphia anytime soon. He will be there until he retires. But yeah, that's it. There is not much else going on. Yeah, it was a very good Super Bowl. Oh, we forgot to talk, Jimmy, about halftime. What thoughts on Kendrick Lamar?
I couldn't hear shit. I had so much trouble hearing them. That's the problem with live rap music. It sounds really good in studio and on recording. But then you get to live and they talk really fast and the mic doesn't pick up and it's really hard to enunciate when you sing really fast, so it comes off really hard to hear. Any song that I didn't know the lyrics of immediately, I was like, what exactly is he saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay. I don't really care for halftime shows to begin with. I didn't think it was great. I think him and what was her name? SZA, SCA. Yeah. It was just hard to hear. I don't know. I felt like I always big collaborative halftimes. I really liked last year's. I like last year's with a lot of artists. I don't love when there's just one artist and it's just one artist because then you don't get that variety. I really liked last year's. God, I forget which Super Bowl it was, but I love the one that had Coldplay, Bruno Mars, and Beyonce. That was out in California. I really like that one. That was good. I really like a lot of headliners. I like Kendrick. I like his music. I didn't like the performance. I couldn't tell what he was saying. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was mind blowing, but it was okay.
I enjoyed it cinematically. I thought the performance was good. I really enjoyed that they used a lot of the field and were going up and down the field there. That little cross thing in the middle, that was kind of weird. Really, I don't know what that whole thing was about, but that was probably the weirdest part of it. I thought, but yeah, SZA, I thought was pretty decent. And I mean, I like Kendrick. I was listening to his music all day Saturday and all day Sunday morning just to get some more songs that I didn't know. But yeah, no, same thing. Granted, I couldn't hear him because people were talking at the party here, but wasn't the greatest. Definitely, like you said, last year I think was my favorite of all time. Usher, Ludacris, and I don't even remember who else.
Dude. When you have a Super Bowl, I think I remember a tweet like last year. When you have a Super Bowl that appeals to people that liked the popular music 20 years ago, you have a really good Super Bowl halftime show. Like Prince in 2006.
No.
Oh, whoa, that was a perfect halftime show. You do not disrespect Prince.
Nope.
Wow. Nope. Wow. Shame on you. Never disrespect Prince. But yeah, like last year was a perfect example of it. Like, oh yeah, here's this like hip hop artist that was really, really big, like in the mid 2000s, but like he got him on the big stage now, and everyone's like, oh hell yeah, like big nostalgia trip. I think a lot of people always like those kind of performances.
No, I agree with you. The lack of guests was a big sticking point. I thought for sure Future was going to come out. That was one that I had heard. That was like almost certain that was going to happen.
I know they had DJ Mustard, but the problem with like having DJ Mustard is that he's a DJ. Like he mixes the music. Yeah. He doesn't like sing. Like he doesn't perform. So like he got out and he was like dancing.
Was that the guy in the coat?
Yeah, that's DJ Mustard.
Yeah, like, I was like, bro, who is this guy? I have never seen this man.
Yeah, like you ever hear like any rap music that goes like Mustard on the beat? It's because Mustard made the beat. Like so
yeah, he had a spotlight on him. He didn't have a mic.
Yeah, because he doesn't sing. Like he's again, he mixes the music. He doesn't actually sing.
But he didn't even
like really awkward.
He didn't even have to sing. He could have just been one of those MCs where he's like, yeah.
Well, yeah, like we're giving him a platform where like it looks like he's doing something with music. That could work.
I don't think most people knew who that was because all he did was come out and dance with the football. Like he just didn't do anything else. But yeah, anything's better than Rihanna. Anything can be better than Rihanna's halftime show. That's what
I just missed the weird dancing sperm cells at Rihanna's performance. That was the best part. They came out running like this. It's hilarious. Best halftime show.
Yeah. I think Kendrick did an ode to Rihanna by doing all the movement that he did because Rihanna stood in the same spot the whole time, which was hilarious. Anyways, all right, we got over 30 minutes, so that's cool. Yeah, next.
Do we want to talk about the horrendous score bug or?
What do you mean?
The score bug at the Super Bowl. Well, that was awful. Didn't even have the logos. It just said KC and then like PHI. That was awful.
Yeah.
Whole time I'm watching, it was like you couldn't even just put the team logo. You had to put just letters.
Yeah. Well, the other thing. Oh my goodness! I thought by the way that this game started, I thought we were gonna see another zebra game.
Oh yeah, that was offensive pass interference on Brown.
Offensive pass interference.
Dude, I was like, my dad was like, "Oh, he face masked him." I was like, "Did they call face mask?" No. So why are you talking about him touching the face mask?
He literally barely touched him, and he fell down.
It's a face mask. Then why? If it was a face mask, he would have called a face mask, not offensive pass interference. That's a different call. It's like that is hand fighting at best.
Yeah, fell down, And then luckily the rest did a makeup call later
Yeah, with
for
the
the Eagles.
with the screen pass to Saquon. Is that the one you're referring to?
Yeah. No. It was the I think it was oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unnecessary roughness. Well, there was that one. No, it was the unnecessary roughness on Devontae Smith.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, where whoever it was, I don't remember the Chiefs player, but it would have definitely been unnecessary roughness had he followed through, but he just stopped. But he still hit him in the head. Like it definitely should have been called. It was a high hit with force. Just he didn't follow through and make it even worse than what it was. So who's to say it was a makeup call? I don't know. Maybe. I did think that was unnecessary roughness though, because he hit him high.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the Nick Bolton one against Saquon that would have been 3rd and 26 and it became an automatic first.
That was unnecessary roughness too.
Yeah, it was a little late. But hey, that was John's X factor, and that was
he didn't have to tackle him.
That was an X factor in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. What else happened in the Super Bowl? Any good commercials? I feel like none of them really stood out to me.
I was disappointed by the Matt McConaughey ones, man. I was really excited for the Uber Eats one, and it wasn't that great. His Salesforce one wasn't great either.
Yeah.
I forget. There was one that was really funny, but I don't.
I liked the Glenn Powell Goldilocks one. That was that was pretty funny. That made me laugh. The other ones I really liked. I mean, they weren't even funny. It was just movie trailers, like Mission.
Oh, dude, the seal.
The seal one, the Baja Blast seal. That was
bro. Seal as a seal was fantastic.
God, what was another weird one? Oh, the cowboy hat one. They had 2 of them where a guy had like a cowboy hat head. That was weird. That was out there.
Yeah, that was I don't remember.
What was that even about? It was a Tubi. Yeah, that was Tubi commercial.
Yeah, Tubi. Yeah.
Yeah. But Jurassic World looked good. Mission Impossible looked good. Were there any other trailers? I know they had like a Stitch thing.
Yeah, they had Lilo and Stitch and How to Train Your Dragon are both getting live action movies.
Yeah, because that's what I need with How to Train Your Dragon, a movie that is went from 100% animated to about 80% animated and telling us it's live action. The colors are muted. The story is more boring. It looks less creative, but hey, it's live action now, so you can see it.
I enjoyed the Stella Artois one, Matt Damon and David Beckham.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
That's pretty solid. The Pringles mustache things.
Oh, yeah. That was a pretty good one. None of them were great, but a decent of them were good. I'm trying to think. Oh, the Bud Light one with Post Malone and
dude, I need to get me one of those.
Pretty good. I like that one. That was kind of cool.
I need to get me one of those coolers, man.
Oh yeah, Peyton Manning too.
Yeah. And then they literally had one in the stadium. They showed.
Yeah, they had Peyton filling it up, and if you looked at like the post game locker room celebration, they all had Bud Lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Harrison Ford was pretty solid in the Jeep commercial.
Oh yeah, that was kind of nice, kind of sweet.
I didn't really like the Dunkin' one that much.
Nah, I felt like it was too complicated. They try to do too much.
Dude, the Doritos one was hilarious.
Oh yeah, the alien one, that was pretty good. Doritos always does a good job of just being very like simply like in your face. It doesn't try to like make you think. It's just like, oh yeah, look at this really silly concept. We're gonna make it work. Like, yeah, the whole concept of this one is that aliens just want to steal your Doritos.
Dude, it threw him up on the ceiling, down on the ground.
Oh yeah, that was
and then
great.
It finally sucked it in. It destroys the UFO.
Dorito. That was pretty good. I'm thinking of another one. Oh, the Budweiser one with the Clydesdale. Oh, Clydesdales always get me. Good Budweiser one.
Always deliver. Always deliver.
Always deliver. They stopped doing them for a couple years, and everyone was mad. And they're like, "All right, we're back."
The Coffee Mate. Dude, the Coffee Mate one was gross.
Oh yeah, the tongue. Oh yeah. God.
I do think though my number one is the Mountain Dew one with seal as a seal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Without having opposable thumbs.
Yeah. And he couldn't grip the bottle of the Mountain Dew.
Oh, Bob Last, man, down in the ocean. Heartbreaking.
All right. That's the Super Bowl for you. Next week, we'll be back off-season week 2. We'll do a little bit of filler shows before we start our mock draft series last week in the month here. QB running back free agency. Just talk about some potential fits for guys that we see free agency. I don't know the exact date. Usually second week in March.
I think they said a month from today.
Okay. So, yeah, second week in March. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media at FAA Podcast, Instagram, and XFA_bets on X as well. FAApodcast.com is our website. Check us out here on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and TikTok at Football Addicts Anon. We will see y'all back for Football Friday.